Christine Bentley and Sharon Caddy in studio, and we also have our hairstylist extraordinaire, Jason Kearns, here, because one of the big issues for the holiday season, regardless of what holiday, there's a whole month of partying right through New Year's, right, Sharon?
Oh, yeah.
And it's about the dress, it's about the clothes, but it's also about the hair.
It is. It's totally about the hair.
It's all about the hair.
It's all about the hair, says Jason. Yeah, I mean, if you've got a so-so dress but great hair, you look hot, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I mean, there's so much going on with it, and I think as your intro, the intro song says, it's all about the hair, and whatever else they said. I mean, people are just doing anything they want, but the trick is that when you're doing this holiday hair, is do not make it complicated. Do not go all out and be too dressed up.
So when you say don't make it complicated, do you mean updos are out?
I think updos are out to a degree. They hair's down, it's loose, there's a lot of waves. If hair is going to be up, it almost has to be done as if you've done it yourself and not been to a hairdresser to make it too contrived looking. I mean, you can go to the hairdresser and have that non-contrived look, and it works. But that's the kind of looks that are going on, and a lot of wavy hair.
Well, I'm seeing pictures, and it's the long hair and it's the curled, but I mean, if you've got a whole head of long hair, that's a good hour of waving it. So basically you're saying it might take 2 hours to get it there, but it's supposed to look like you just woke up?
Yep.
Okay. You just woke up like that with your
makeup
on?
I think it, the day of it being so structured, especially at the moment, it's just out of the picture. It doesn't work.
So basically, are you saying we should ditch the hairspray?
No, you still need hairspray.
Oh.
Even if it's loose and everything else, you need that hairspray just to hold it a bit.
Well, you need the right hairspray, right?
You need the right hairspray, nothing that's too sticky, nothing that's going to feel like concrete. But just...
So your hair moves.
So it moves and it feels good. I mean, but that's, you're talking about a younger generation, anybody below the kind of the 50s are doing that kind of a thing. And curly blow dries are very, very good.
Mm-hmm. So can you have really hot hair and do it yourself?
If you've got the right haircut, I think so, yeah. I think you can. And there are some people that really manage their hair well. They manage that curling aisle well if they want to wave it. You've got wands that are out there that are very, very easy to use. And people are doing it. And sometimes they're doing it better than hairdressers.
Really?
And now this time of year, what about, because, as Christine mentioned, you see pictures of people at different parties or on television or these galas, and they've got the big long wavy hair. And let's face it, let's be straight up, very few women really own all that hair. A lot of it's clip-in, a lot of it's extension.
A lot of it is extensions.
Is this still a big thing this year, even though I'm seeing a lot more short haircuts or shorter haircuts, so the extensions are still big for holidays?
Extensions are great if you've got fine hair, fine to medium hair. Fine to medium hair and extensions work, but the clip-in ones.
Yeah, now,
I'm not talking about the ones that you actually glue in or you press in with a mechanical device.
Now, the other thing that I'm seeing, though, is sort of a ponytail type thing.
Ponytails and buns, yeah.
Where they pull it back really tight, and then they have the fabulous earrings, of course. And the hair is actually fairly simple.
It's all very simple. It's not complicated anymore. It's an ease. You want to go to a party, you don't have to worry about it. You want to look good. If you've got the right makeup on and you've got the right type of hair and you understand yourself of how far you can push it, it's all about simplicity. It's like jewelry. You don't want anything too complicated. Keep it simple.
Well, this is easy for Jason to say, of course, how just to keep it simple and not complicated, because, you're a master at it. But for most women, they're trying to do something. They're trying to put either a headband on, or they're trying to curl it, or they're trying to do something they don't normally do because they maybe don't manage their hair that well.
Get a girlfriend to do it, or go to the hairdresser. I mean, it's pretty simple. Just make the time. But I think most people these days are pretty knowledgeable about their hair, and they do manage it okay.
Yeah.
If they want that little bit of extra, well, then they'll either put the extra time in themselves, or they'll put the extra time into going to a salon and getting it done by the hairdresser.
Now, mentioned the clip-in extensions, but there are, I've noticed when I've been out shopping, a lot of really cool, like, let's call them hair appliances, whether it's some kind of barrettes, combs, all kinds of cool stuff that seem to be coming back. I know when I was younger, that was a big deal to put these embellishments in your hair. If you're going to do that for a party, is it best to go to a hairdresser? Because I know for me, I've never been able to put those babies in and make them stay.
Yeah, I know what you mean. You can go to the hairdresser and put them in, or just practice yourself.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that people over-try with their hair. They try and make it so perfect, and yet, you'll take a clip or a comb and you'll put it in without even thinking, and it will look good.
Yeah.
You might not think it looks good, but it does really look good.
Some of those hair clips I've seen, they're stunning. But
Some
they
of them
cost
are
more than
beautiful.
the necklace I'll be wearing, right?
Yeah, but you don't want it to be a ball and chain on your head.
No.
It's like you can overdo it with the accessories, with the clips, with the combs. They can be too big. Don't get them too big. Don't get them loud.
Yeah.
Everything's about quietness these days, I think, and simplicity.
Well, for some people, like for my hair, and for people who have short hair, there's really not much of an option. I mean, there's not much leeway there. It's going to end up looking the same as it does every other day.
I don't think so. I think, I know with you go to the effort of putting in Velcro rollers. Well, if you want that little bit more volume, well, put in smaller Velcro rollers than you would normally put in. So you got a bit more movement, so you got a bit more curl, so that it's not
Straight.
as straight.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I've got just hitting the shoulders here,
Yes.
but I bought one of the long ponytails, so I can pull this all straight back, clip on the long ponytail in the back, and have that look
That's wonderful.
which is
Well, I noticed that in
it's
one of your
kinda cool.
photographs, actually, and it looked good.
It's kind of neat.
Yeah. And is it easy?
Well, yeah. Again, though, it's like Jason said, though, it's practice because the first couple of times you put it in, the ponytail kind of slips. You have to get your sweet spot with that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But it is actually, it's the one time of year. It's almost like if you pull that out on like a Wednesday afternoon at work, people go, "Wow, you clipped a ponytail on your head." If you do it for a holiday party, it's like, cool.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but I've seen a lot of girls, they're taking their equipment to the office now. And then they're going to these office parties afterwards. But they're doing their hair
At
the office.
Yeah.
They're changing
They're
it.
going into the washroom, and all the girls crowd in the washroom.
Yep.
And they're doing all this stuff, and they're putting their makeup on and everything else, and they're getting dressed. It's great. Everybody's out there having fun,
Oh yeah.
as it should be.
Oh yeah. Well, your hair is your best accessory if you learn how to work it.
Well, maybe the thing is to try something like the ponytail or the clip. Try it just at home one night and practice a little bit so that you can,
Just
clip
try
it in.
something you would never normally do.
Yeah.
And I think that's what keeps it fun and keeps it exciting. And even if you don't get it 100% right,
Yeah.
it's different for you. It's a change. It doesn't have to be perfect. There isn't any perfect hair anymore.
No?
I don't think so. Not when it comes to visually looking at things. You don't want it to be so set looking and contrived. And if it's been hairsprayed and every hair in place, it's terrible then.
Okay. Well, then it really means we don't have to try as hard. Is that
well,
really
Don't
the
stress.
Remember, it's sort of like makeup that we went through the phase of now, of course, with the eyeliner just out to the yin yang. But remember, last year or the year before, it was the sort of, or a few years ago, very natural. It was supposed to look like you had no makeup, even though you had a lot of makeup to make you look like you had no makeup, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, me personally, I mean, I love very little makeup on a
Yeah.
woman. But that's me personally. The less the better. Yeah, I mean, I don't think you need to overdo it. It's never been the last few years, it hasn't been a thing of overdoing your hair, over-colouring your hair, overdressing your hair.
You're talking about not over-coloring, and I'm watching people walk by me with turquoise streaks and purple bangs, and and or this balayage, which I think is sometimes looks great and sometimes looks awful. It looks like you've just grown out your blonde eye job, right?
Yep.
Balayage has to be subtle. It has to be very, very subtle.
Yeah.
But some people it isn't.
Well, I mean, it depends on the person doing it. I think it depends on who's doing it. But I think with the purple hair and everything else, we've been through this before. The wrong people are doing it.
Mm-hmm.
The wrong people are doing it. I mean, there's nothing worse than seeing that 70-year-old lady walking around with pink and blue hair.
Yeah, I know, but there's nothing natural. What I'm saying is there's nothing natural about that.
No.
There's nothing natural about it. But when you're so young and you're in your 20s and you're 19 or you're in your teens, I mean, experiment and have fun.
Yeah.
It's not new, but it can be new.
Well, I did see a couple of girls this weekend, young girls, beautiful girls with grey hair, and they looked stunning.
You know who rocks that?
Stunning.
Is what's her name? Kelly Osbourne. She does the gray thing.
And I thought she did the mauve.
She does take it to mauve, but she also does it gray.
Yeah.
And she loves it.
I mean, these two girls looked stunning.
When it's good, it's good.
I was surprised.
No, when it's good, it's good. But you've got to have that colour technician that knows what they're doing.
But mind you, they were both beautiful, and it wouldn't have mattered if their hair was orange. I mean, it would have been. It wouldn't have made any difference. But against their skin tone, even it was good. It was amazing.
It's a great look, and it's fun.
Yeah.
But there again, that's not turquoise.
Okay, so basically, bottom line, the takeaway is don't let it look like you've tried too hard. Keep it simple, keep it natural, little hairspray, but not so that when you move or when the strong wind comes, nothing moves.
Yeah, I think you see it at opening parties in any magazines or on celebrity shows and everything else. They get in front of that camera. They're all very relaxed. They're not overdressed. It's just nice and pretty. It's not. You don't see the ball gowns. You're not seeing any of that anymore.
Well, everybody's casual dressing down.
It's all toned down, and I think hair is the same. Hair is the same.
Okay, and makeup too.
And makeup, I mean, I think you can have fun with makeup too.
Yeah.
Well, good advice.
Yeah.
Good advice, and hopefully everyone out there is going to be heading out and enjoying some wonderful parties and looking
I hope so.
Fabulous and
don't drink and drive.
And
drink and drive.
And Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to
And
you.
the same to you
we'll
too.
see you in the
new year.
New Year.
It's a wonderful time.
We will. This is What She Said on Canada Talks, channel 167 Sirius XM.
Click the channel subscribe button for full-length interviews and more from What She Said here on YouTube.